And we're back. Alright, now we're in Whiterun. Let's do this. Did we get back here just in time for like...
Got some good people.
Oh, is it nighttime? Why does this keep happening? Oh, it's 6:13 a.m. Sometimes the guards walk up to you and like, hey, quit all that shouting and shit. And I'm just like, no. And they're like, okay. Jinx, no backsies, no penny taxis.
You excited for that next Pacific Rim movie? It looks really good.
It's gonna be good.
It looks a lot bigger.
It's got my guy, John Boyega.
What do you think the largest category or kaiju is going to be in at this time?
I don't know, but I love John Boyega's last name. Saying it makes me feel like some things I probably shouldn't say because it's just like, yeah.
There was a movie that he was in earlier in his career called I think it was called Attack the Town or Fight the Town, something like that. It was some weird
I think I heard of that and I didn't watch it.
Attacking London, or I don't know where he's from, but wherever he's from,
he's from London.
Oh, yes, I know he's from somewhere in Europe. But it was like aliens attack London, and it's like him and like his boys trying to defend themselves against it and stuff. And they're like, mid to late teens. I haven't seen the movie, but it looked interesting. I have it on my list of things to watch.
Where the hell is her father? Oh shit! I keep trying to do the run because the run is the left bumper. And I need to start disenchanting stuff because that becomes important later. Actually, you know what? I should disenchant these. So why don't I do that? And I'm going to disenchant this because screw this. Like, how dare you give me the axe of Whiterun and it's a piece of shit axe. So, disenchanted it. I normally don't do that, but normally they don't give me a piece of shit axe like that, so...
It seems this damnable conflict has claimed...
I like this guy. He's kind of an asshole.
I like his cloak.
Word, he's a bit of a dick.
Ring of minor stamina.
Candlelight, clairvoyance, conjure familiar.
That could be useful.
Conjure familiar could be familiar. It could be. So
for important. The tomes, when they teach you the magic, is it just that spell, or can the spell increase in power?
No, it don't teach you that spell. Yep.
Because I think there might be like beefier summons. That's why I was curious.
Oh, there definitely are.
I was curious if that would evolve into them, or you have to
you gotta find those too. You either have to learn them from people, I guess. Or you can,
very
books. I have a sword from your daughter.
Thank you.
Because I remember I was telling you I saw someone else play this.
Coins for services rendered.
When they were playing with the whole magic archery, they would always have really beefy familiars.
Yeah, see, house in the city is 5,000 gold. House in the city is 5,000 gold, and then you want to furnish it, so that's another money. I don't know how much. I forgot.
I need to ask you to stop.
Too bad. There's more where that came from.
How much do you have now?
I have 1,500. Methinks have 1,500. Oh, that'd be dope. But then watch it like fall and like hit your freaking TV.
That would be terrible.
Dragon. That's like the perfect bone for like a freaking helmet. Like for reals though. That is like perfect for a helmet. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I scare you? No, he's just like whatever. He's so shook. He's just like, I've never seen a man run that fast. But then they're like,
that's why they call him Barry Allen.
Word. Then they're like, he's a red guard. It makes sense. Actually, the funny thing was I'm in a Skyrim group in Facebook, and it was funny because people were talking about how there was some kind of discussion about how racism is still a thing in the world, and how people were talking about racism in Skyrim, and they were talking about how racism exists for dark elves. What? Oh snap!
We don't pay land taxes.
Ooh,
take the land.
Take it. They're like, I'm not even walking over there. It just didn't render it in. So if you walk over there, you'll just fall. You're not getting me. No. Yeah, so they were talking about how, like, there's, like, a whole, you know, it's Fallout, it's a lot like Fallout, where there's, like, they don't necessarily tell you who the good guys are, they leave it to you to, like, figure out who you like, and the Legion and the Stormcloaks and blah blah blah, all the crap between them, usually in Skyrim I don't pay attention to it, but now that I've played Fallout, where the lines are a little bit more clear, because if you side with Kaisar, you're a little bit of a dick, because he's kind of a slaver and rapist, but whatever. People still do side with him.
Did you side with him?
I sure as hell didn't. I fucking whooped his ass. Anyway, yeah. But then there are some people who do side with him, and that made me think, like, okay, well, maybe I should look further into Skyrim stuff. And you come to find out, like, yeah, no, there's a whole thing with, like, dark elves, and apparently there's, like a you know, racist stuff when it comes to dark elves and stuff. So, like, black people is like whatever, but like dark elves, they'll call them like darky and stuff. They'll call them pretty like kind of the same shit that they call us. So it's really messed up. And somebody was saying, like, it's funny how Skyrim racism exists in Skyrim, but it's only up. That's a giant. I was gonna go over there and try to get Nirnroot, but I guess not. Somebody said they only picked Nirnroot because it makes that annoying ass noise and they want to stop it. It makes like a ringing noise. But yeah.
Are giants aggressive or passive?
Depends how close you get to them.
Okay.
Sometimes you can get really close to them and they like don't give a shit. Like sometimes you're just fine when it doesn't give a shit. Other times they do give a shit. And especially if you get close to like their livestock, because those mammoths are theirs. So if you get too close to the mammoth, they'll be like, boom, like that. Ow, someone just bit me in the ass. Wow, it was exactly in the ass.
It was the squad coming through.
Oh, the Squirtle squad. The Krabby squad? That wouldn't have been
Krabby
cool.
Patty.
Krabbies can't even wear glasses. Anyway, yeah, so they talk junk about how, you know, it's funny how red guards... People in the group were saying, like, it's funny how, like, red guards are, like, not discriminated against in this game. However, dark elves are. And it's like, well, and then people were saying, like, well, duh. Of course they're discriminated against, because they're freaking... There's a bunch of stuff about them, I don't know. Stuff, I don't really care about. Because I haven't played, like, the other games, and there's stuff that has to do with, like... So you look into some of their stuff...
Yeah, like lore and stuff that crosses
over. And there's different reasons why people don't like certain groups and stuff like that, because you look at some of the stuff that happened in the past that isn't in any of the games. It happens, like, between the games, almost.
Yeah. That's tough,
yeah. Like,
getting into a franchise, not from the beginning. When there's a lot of, like...
It's not even that. It's literally just made to be, like, if you don't know about it...
Well,
it's not... They don't tell you, but there's, like, flavor text around that's just like, what?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. There's a lot of, like, little stuff that you don't really pay attention to that'll pop up in other games, but because you didn't play those other games, it's beyond you, kind of. And
I guess it might be a thing that, like, had you been playing the... Oh, shit, I don't even have boots. Let me still say boots. Yeah. It says hide boots are better than what I have. Which is sad, because...
Health.
I have this one. He's already dead.
Why is he shirtless?
He thinks he's jacked. He likes his own body. He's narcissistic. It's kind of like Nick.
Mr. Dangerous.
Word, Nick is so that guy. He's like, I don't know if that guy is gay or what, but like he's very Nick-esque. Nick's not gay though, but like he I don't know. That guy is awesome though. Like that is a like if I was gay and I saw that character, I'd be like, yes. Because that is a character that is like he is super not the gay stereotype. He is a badass. It's like, oh, he's like one of those like special division secret, like that guy from Gate.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, he's a broken level, like yeah, he's like the Japanese version of a Green Beret, and he's like super dope. Which is why, like, when he became a Kamen Rider, it was like, oh, this is a like they were actually like sitting in the control room in Yggdrasil, and they were like, wait, who is this guy? And it's like, oh, he's like a retired army vet or something.
Training.
And they're like,
a problem.
How the hell did he get a suit? Like, fuck, Sid must have sold it. Who the hell sold him a suit? Sid must have did it, because Sid's selling suits to everybody.
Like, Sid, why'd you do that? I was bored.
Most of the reason why Sid does anything.
I like that season. Everything was stacked in one character's favor.
What, Kota?
Yeah, just because there was a whole thing of a tournament to see who's gonna lead the, you know what I mean? And then they just stacked everything in his favor. Like, you already know he's gonna win because he's the main character.
I mean, towards the end, I really didn't know, because when Baron spoilers for Kamen Rider Gaim. When Baron became like a full invest and just like went in, it's hard to say how strong he was gonna be.
Yeah, that is
so
true.
You can't really say like, oh, I just knew the main character was gonna be. Like, I don't know.
But like it was called Kamen Rider Gaim. So
I mean, obviously, but yeah, like it
just and like prior to that, like they were just kind of giving stuff to Kota.
But sometimes they do things where they have different characters that are like, because.
Well, no, I'm not saying like.
I'd say the last time that there was like a main character didn't just straight up win. I'd say like Blade, because Chalice King form was the same as his King form in terms of strength. So like he
Chalice
ended up.
Awesome,
Chalice was a beast. That was like the last time that they ever gave. We've talked about that a lot. It's the last time they ever gave another Kamen Rider that wasn't the main rider like the final powers, like a hyper mode. Because after that they didn't do that. They were like, no.
They could have gave it to Liango and decided not to, which would have been nasty.
Liango's would have been broken because his base level suit is already stronger than their base level suits.
Garen's would have been cool too because he has that huge double barrel like bazooka thing.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah, they nerfed. Yeah.
All that like, it would have been so good.
That would have been really good. Let me save right now.
We got super off tangent. Like we went like.
I can't even remember what we were talking about originally. I think we were something about
the lore.
And how like pretty much. It's just funny how they were talking about like racism and how, and then I actually had to tell a guy like, yes, racism still exists. I still do get shit every once in a while, like annoying stuff that pisses me off, and I have to deal with. People don't like to admit stuff like that, and they like to say, oh, you're like, it's a victim thing, and I'm like, it's not really a victim thing, it's just like knowing about my lineage, knowing about where in Africa my family comes from, things I'd like to know that most white people know. Oh crap. Why did that happen? Get away from me.
What happened to Laurel? I haven't seen her for... Ooh, wow.
I don't know, but I just got my shit rocked.
Yeah, I haven't seen Laurel for a while, though.
No, but for real, sometimes when you fast travel and sometimes when you walk around and stuff, they, like... When you walk off the beaten path, they don't know, like, what to do, because their things are, like, beaten path things sometimes.
I haven't seen her since she left the town.
Yeah. She's up there. Or no, that's a fox. Where did I come? I came from up here. So I'm gonna just have to wait for her.
But I interrupt you. What were you saying, though?
Yeah, just, not knowing. People are always like, oh, yeah, slavery was so long ago, it doesn't affect your life now. It's like, it kind of does. Like, for example, predisposition to having heart disease is a thing that's, like, in the black community. I had to explain that to Winter Soldier. And it's a thing where it's like, yeah... It's really because they were trying to breed super slave. Like, if you listen to Chris Rock, just listen to Chris Rock and you'll understand, like, a lot of the stuff he says is, like, some true shit. And you're like, oh my god. Or, like, and people will be like, oh, it's just because you're fat. I'm like, no, that's because there's plenty of fat white people running around who don't have that. Who aren't, like, already predisposed.
Mm.
So it's like, yeah. Oh my god, I gotta freaking wait for her. Different shit like that is just, like, it's one of those things where you don't really realize you have privilege because part of having privilege is not knowing you have it because you don't need to know.
Yeah.
You would like, why, like, it's the same thing as with being a guy. Like, there are certain privileges that I didn't realize I had as a guy. And it's not necessarily like, oh, the world's just gonna give me things. It's not necessarily, it's just the lack of, like, having certain things have to
yourself and stuff.
Not even, it's just the lack of having certain things in your life. Like, you don't have to worry about that.
Oh,
for example,
okay.
For example, the thing that they were talking about in so when it comes to Stranger Things, the second season of Stranger Things was mad good, but the one thing that I said about Stranger Things that was dumb And this is the only complaint I like. I mean, obviously, there's other complaints you have, but the one complaint that I really have about Stranger Things is the second season. They did a thing where they basically Jim Hopper going around doing things, being himself, being an awesome character. And there was a moment where, okay, first of all, he's a cop in a small town in like Wisconsin. Yeah, he's a cop in a small town in Wisconsin, right? There's black people there. It's weird for the 80s for there to be like a small town with like, I mean, there's at least like 2 families of black people because there's Lucas and then there's whatever black family that one kid comes from, and also that one guy who works with Hop. But anyway, there's a kid who was playing with it was like Halloween night. Hopper was doing stuff and he was like so into doing stuff that he was like not paying attention to the people around him. So this kid scared the crap out of him because he wasn't paying attention to him, and let's see if I can actually kill him this time. This kid scared the crap out of him because he wasn't paying attention to him. Oh my! I forgot to. If I die again, I might just have to change the thing. Sorry, people.
The kid scared the crap out of Hopper because Hopper was really intense. He was really like focused on his investigation. He didn't notice the kid behind him. And the kid that was behind him was dressed up as a cowboy, right?
Yeah, he was dressed up as a cowboy, which is perfectly fine. He had a toy gun, and I'm like, for that toy gun to scare anyone, the simple fact that it, not even that it scared anyone, the simple fact that it's a toy gun that, like, Hopper, what the fuck is Lydia?
These combos, man. Just need some biscuits and fries now.
Oh my goodness, I know, right? He two-pieced me. Hopper basically got scared out of his mind and just like jumped from a split-second reaction of like seeing a gun pointed at him, and I'm like, that's some crazy stuff. Because if that had happened, like, first of all, there's no way like, it might have been in the 80s, so maybe this was before whatever happened, because stuff always happens in the black community. That's why we tell our kids not to do certain things. But like this might have been before that kid. I think there was like a child who actually died in a similar situation. Mm-hmm. It might have been before that, but I know when I was a kid, my mom always told me like, no, you can't have anybody. Like my friends would have BB guns. My mom would not care if they're clear, if they have the white or the
if they're multicolored, it don't matter.
The freaking orange thing on the end of it. She didn't give a crap. She's like, no. Because we grew up in a white neighborhood, and she was like, "Hell no, you can't have a gun of any kind, no." And I'm sitting there like, "But my friends," and also it's clear, like, why do I have to? And it's just like, no, you can't have that. And I didn't realize when I was a kid that was the reason, and it's now because like, look at all these people who are fucking dying and shit because of bullshit. You look at people like Philando Castile who had a gun, had a permit to carry a gun, and the cop still killed him in front of his kids. It's like, fuck it.
Back up. Yeah, I can totally see your point. But I don't think they were thinking about that when they...
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The privilege there is that they don't have to think about that because I don't know if there were black people who were on that crew who were like making Stranger Things. But maybe they know better than me. Maybe it was like, oh yeah, that was before that kid, so maybe it wasn't like the kid in real life who actually died from that shit. Ugh, fucking no.
Made you turn around.
Lydia! Blaming it on Lydia, and I'm like, it's because you suck, dude. But seriously though, I need her here. Like, I can't be fucking around with this fucking thing and not killing it. I know somebody's gonna be very upset. I keep swearing, but it's fine. This is the last video we're recording right now. Let's see. I'm gonna wait for a little bit and see if she's gonna... just have to... Freaking ridiculous. Stupid ass. Yeah, so it's literally just a thing of like, I don't have to worry about that. That's not a thing we would think about, so...
Yeah. I mean, the way I saw it is, like, I see your point of view, but the way I was looking at it, because, I try to look at things with multiple points of view, try to, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
So the way I was looking at it was like a small town. Like, Hopper, he doesn't know everyone, but he has a knowledge of everyone.
I feel like, see, my thing is, I'm not saying that it was like, that was.
And also, part of the reason Hopper was so scared, I think, is because like there were monsters.
That's what I'm saying. Like he was. I'm not saying that was like a irresponsible thing for them. I was just saying that like it's a thing that they might not have had. Oh my God, Lydia, I'm gonna fucking kill you when I see you.
It's one of those things that they
didn't have to think about, so they didn't think to be like, dude, can black kids even do that? Like, is that like no? Like, I could not have a gun. Now, that doesn't mean that there weren't a buttload of black kids who in the 80s probably did have guns like that. But I'm like, I feel like that.
I mean, they sold those at Dollar Tree, so
word. But I also feel like that like would have never happened. Maybe, I don't know. That was just me though.
You know my complaint about Stranger Things? How you gonna talk about nougat and I have the Snickers song?
Oh,
they should have threw a couple Snickers in there during the Halloween stuff, and then when Dustin gave the candy bar to D'Artagnan, should have just sang the Snickers song. It would be beautiful. D'Artagnan.
Oh yeah.
Dart for short.
Are you serious?
I like that name. That's how I remembered it. Are those your people or no?
I don't know whose people they are.
Would they help you?
We're here to teach you a lesson.
Need something?
Oh, they're here to teach you a lesson. Who hired them?
Frickin', I love this shit.
Are you going to try to kite them to the,
Actually, yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Just watch your health, though.
I don't have any...
You didn't buy any potions last time?
Nope. Because I'm smart.
Oh, they're catching up. Yeah, if you can get all of them to fight each other, then just try to pick off the remainder.
Come on. It's like, thanks, Lydia. So I had to frickin' wait for your dumbass, and now, this.
See, what I'm curious about is, like, did they just walk by Lydia? Or is she the one who hired them? Lydia's like, I'm tired of following this bum. He died too much.
I know, right?
Oh.
Nice.
Are you gonna travel further in, or are you gonna,
Hell yeah, I'm gonna travel further in.
Are there any more ice trolls?
You mean frost trolls?
Frost trolls.
No idea. Well, I'm trying to, like, get the heck away from it. Oh, there's another one.
Oh, it's right there, too, I think. It's behind you.
Yeah, but it can't do this. Sick airbender jumps.
And that is how you get away from the frost troll.
Word.
Actually, turn around and just make sure it's not... Okay.
Still up there somewhere, it's not.
Because that would have been unfortunate if he just came tumbling down after you.
Word. Oh my goodness. So yeah, sorry for getting all into some stuff like that, but yeah. That's some stuff you're gonna have to...
Are those more hired thugs?
I hope not. No, they're drunk. Dude, I don't have time. Dude, I don't have time.
Come. Not... Cheers, my friend.
Dude, I don't have time. Thank you, sir. Said, may your adventures find you fame and something. I don't know. But yeah, sorry guys for getting all deep and stuff like that. Like, we just had to... I just had to get that out for a second because I was just thinking about that for a while. On a lighter note, I'm so freaking happy in One Piece that I already knew. I've known this for like it's been like a year or something like that, but I'm just so happy because I saw some stuff on Tumblr that made me just really happy that they found Sabo. That Sabo came back to life. Like I'm so freaking. Oh my goodness! Like I already know I've known for a while. Like I've even gotten up to that. I've way past that point in the manga. But I'm just really happy that because when you think about it, like because like Ace freaking died, and it really just sucked for a while because you're like Luffy. Oh no, I feel bad for him.
I mean, they killed off like two great characters. That just
it
sucked a lot.
Ace had a lot of potential too because look how strong Sabo is.
Or I mean, it also doesn't help that like the way the show progressed, they had to like nerf a lot of characters to make the war like plausible.
Yeah,
because
you're telling me that a Yonko's crew, the majority of people in a Yonko's crew don't know hockey. Like, no. But then again, it's also because he just lets anyone in his crew. So
that is true, but like at least Ace, Whitebeard, and Marco should have all had hockey.
Ace was the second division commander,
and the thing is, he had hockey. He had hockey in the flashbacks. He couldn't control it, but he had it.
Well, he had Conqueror's hockey. If you don't train Bushoshoku hockey, it just doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like
Conqueror's hockey.
That, like, the fact
he had an affinity for it.
Yeah, an affinity for it. It's just weird.
Is that holy
that is
shit.
Yeah.
They tried to hide them under the freaking porch.
That's a rough one. Kool-Aid everywhere.
Ugh.
But it was just that kind of bummed me out too about the wars. Like, how do these characters not have hockey?
I have no idea.
Because like Whitebeard getting stabbed and stuff is like, he had his hockey. Turn that hockey up. Wouldn't have these problems.
Let's see. See that? There goes that steel armor I was talking about. So let's change that out. Oh wait, that's magic. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah, not knowing hockey was a big thing. It was like, why doesn't he know hockey again? You're like, what? Why would you not know something that important? Like, I feel like that was
I understand
really
that it wasn't like officially established for the viewers to know about it, so they couldn't really put it out there.
Yeah.
But still, though, it's like
you should have known something. You should have known a little bit, even by association. Because I almost feel like hockey is the kind of thing where, like, nah, I could be wrong, but like if you're around people who use it a lot, like I feel like you should. Because
that's actually what happened at the end of the
war. Kobe, he woke up with it. He was just that's like, oh,
at the end of the war. There's actually a scene where there's a bunch of Marines in the hospital. And they were basically saying so many people with hockey was activating so much hockey that it awoken the hockey in other people.
Word.
Which is why he awoke to it. I think the guy with the glasses, the rich kid,
Helmeppo.
Yeah, I think he awoke. Like so many people awoke to hockey at that point.
Like they could hear stuff from mad far. They basically woke up like Daredevil or something like that. They woke up and they're like, I can hear like 10 blocks away or some crap like that. And they're like, I can hear all the screams of people who are like dying.
I got a question for you. If Zolo was to awaken observation hockey, would he still get lost? Because you know he has terrible sense of direction. Hockey,
I feel like being that oblivious to direction is part of your character, and I feel like hockey can't change that.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I like about
feel
One Piece.
like there's some. Like, I'm just saying.
That's what I like about One Piece. A lot of the really busted characters have like a quirk about them or something that kind of makes them like not perfect.
Yeah, like Virgo and his crap with his face.
Yeah,
I thought that was weird. I was like, why is he's just got crap on his face?
Anyone can make a perfect character. I can't say anyone, but it's easier to make a perfect character.
No, it's easy to make a perfect character because look at frickin' I was gonna say Goku, but look at frickin' Superman.
Yeah, but to make an interesting, compelling character that's not perfect, that has flaws and can grow and everything, those are the more interesting characters in my opinion, anyways. Speaking of Batman and Justice League and stuff, there was this whole argument of Shazam and how having the wisdom of Solomon is like wisdom is the different. Wisdom is not the same as maturity and all this other stuff. Yada yada yada.
The thing from Young Justice.
Yeah, but
wisdom's not the same as maturity.
There's also the thing of Justice League when Lex Luthor puts his bid in for president and Batman freaks out and then like wrecks the park that Lex Luthor created. And there was a whole lot of arguments, and basically Shazam was like, you guys aren't acting like heroes. And basically a lot of people are saying, oh well, Shazam was wrong because Superman was right. Lex Luthor tricked Superman, Lex Luthor tricked Shazam, yada yada yada. But Shazam is like, okay, but he didn't do anything bad. You're just assuming he did something bad. And then it's like, you wrecked the park. because of your emotions and stuff.
Because did he do anything?
No, he didn't do anything.
Oh, well then, yeah,
like,
wrong.
The only thing he did, which you can go towards his argument, was that he put a device encased in a lead box, so Superman couldn't use X-ray vision on it. And everyone was like, "Oh well, it could have been a bomb. It could have been a bomb because
could have been, but
yada
wasn't.
yada yada." And it's
You
like,
know what I mean?
okay, people who are arguing for Superman's side, you realize Lex Luthor was there, right? Why would he put a bomb in a park that he's in? He's putting in a bid.
I mean, it could be some kind of like, oh, people are trying to hurt me. There are people. I have enemies. You should be on my team, Superman.
But it was interesting how like Shazam's whole thing was like, you're supposed to be superheroes, but you're not acting like superheroes. I used to idolize you guys, but you're not.
You're being stupid.
Yeah. And I was like, that's interesting. And a lot of people are arguing back and forth, and I can see both sides of the argument.
I mean,
but then the whole Young Justice thing as well. That one was good because Batman had to shut some people down.
People clearly have bias because I mean, these are not. It's not like this is just like a guy who's bad guys are no longer just like, oh, this guy's trying to burn down a village or something like that. It's like, no, they're like more subtle and nuanced in what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And a lot of times until like the very, very end,
you don't
where
really
they're actually doing something, you really don't know what they're gonna do.
But it was just interesting. But also with the Young Justice thing, how you were saying, like when they found out that he was a kid and they started treating him differently, and it's like, I've been with you guys for years. I've saved the world with you guys. I've saved you guys. And now that you know I'm a kid, you're treating me differently.
Word. And also the funny thing is that at the same time as they made the point for in Young Justice, they tried to make a point that like, oh, wisdom is not or they said wisdom is not the same as maturity. It's like, wisdom's not the same as maturity. However, wisdom is something I'd probably always choose over maturity, only because maturity is how you carry yourself. Maturity is like what to prioritize in certain situations and stuff like that. Wisdom is more like it's literally like looking into situations, looking at the kind of people that are in the situation, looking at all the different variables, and trying to think like, what is the best thing to do? What's the best thing I can do here?
Yep. So it was interesting how they like started treating them differently, and it's like, I've saved the planet. Why are y'all acting all weird now?
Oh my freaking goodness! I'm so goddamn pissed. I think it might be a thing where we might have to go back, because sometimes your companions just get lost to the frickin' ether, and there's no goddamn place where they're like, they don't follow you or anything.
Too bad you can't like have her fast travel.
It's the dumbest. So we might have to go back and play this shit. There's no way to do that. The only way to have her come to you is to wait for her.
I like that sword. It looks cool.
Like, I'm getting my shit rocked, even though I shouldn't, because there should be 2 frickin' people here. And I know people are sitting in the frickin' comments going, or people are probably going to watch this, saying comments going, oh, this ain't fair, blah, blah, you should just be good at the game. And I'm sitting there like, okay, yeah, but I've, like, pretty much at this point in the game, you're like a little sapling. And if you don't have the right shit to protect you, you can make it if you're just, like, I guess, good or whatever, but I guess I'm not good. Because I'm frickin' tired right now, and I'm pissed off, and I'm waiting for... I'm literally just like, I need her to be cannon fodder, really, I guess. But it's like, fuck, she's not dead. I know she's not dead because she didn't die. There was no point where she, like, literally, oh, I'm so fucking stupid.
What did you figure out? What did you realize? Because you told her to wait all that time ago? You never told her to come with you?
Yo, it's late. My brain is so stupid.
I was wondering how long this was going to take him to figure it out.
First of all, that's what you get for that. I punched him in the leg.
Don't get mad at me.
I'm definitely getting mad at you because you're an asshole and you were waiting for it. And that's what you get. Let's see. I left her on like the I left her in the tallest tower in the fucking.
You left her with the beater guys.
Yeah, word. I left her in the tallest tower in the highest, on the highest mountain. Ugh.
You told her, hey, at least she listens.
I mean, shit, I guess. Oh my god, I'm getting my shit rocked, and It's all my fault. I told you guys I'm an idiot. Word. Honestly though, that's a problem that people have nowadays. Know when to, I mean, clearly think this is my fault. It's not like anyone else's fault but mine. So I kind of have to take the blame. But like, come on, people, take the blame more often. It's perfectly okay. It's not like it's that big a deal. So you're an idiot for a couple seconds.
Hey, look who it is!
There are some people who are idiots for their entire lives.
As you will, my Thane.
Those are the real
Protect
idiots.
you with my life.
But even smart people have like little glimmers of stupidity. I think Stephen Hawking is smart constantly. No. Because if you think Stephen's smart, if you think Stephen is smart constantly, ask him what we should do about race relations in America. Watch his answer to that. He's gonna be like, and then people are gonna be, oh well, he's smart with. I mean, he's not. That's not his area of expertise. Okay, so that means he's not always smart. Do you think your area of expertise is the only thing that exists in the world, and it's not? Like, it's, come on. Alright, people, I think I've had enough. Screw this.
Past his bedtime.
Yeah, no, it's not. I just itching to play Monster Hunter right now.
I can literally see him scratching.
Like
himself.
oh my goodness, I feel like a junkie right now. I can't play any other.
Capcom, what have you done to
I can't
him?
even play any other game. It's like, oh, it's so good. It's so good. It's gonna ruin my life.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We start next time. We'll be inside this place. All right. All right. Peace.